visit the border?
Not today. But I have before, and I'm sure I will again.
The point is, this is such a serious situation to the sovereignty of our country, to the safety of our citizens, and to these people. And I'm an elected official. When I know there's something serious, I don't laugh about it. I don't joke about it. So that was my point.
In order to accomplish the Green New Deal nonsense, they're destroying it with woke. When China looks at woke and they see the biggest problem we have is Dr. Seuss, in the meantime, they're building factories and trying to kill us in so many different ways. They laugh at us. They think we're so... Frankly, they think our country is stupid when they look at this, when our competitors look at what's going on in our country, taking down the statues to great heroes and so many other things.
I expected it. Actually, when I went down the ramp at West Point, which was like a sheet of ice with no railing, no nothing, great planning, I wanted to go inch by inch because the last thing I wanted to do is take a tumble like Biden did. No, that tumble was terrible, and it was, it wasn't really one, it was three. And it wasn't mentioned, for the most part, wasn't mentioned in the lamestream, as we call it, lamestream media. Wasn't mentioned. It's terrible. It's like the whole thing is incredible. There's no longer freedom of the press.
He called her President Harris the other day.
That's right. When they brought it out, they said they really mean it for Biden, just in case he gets in. So we'll see. Look, I hope that's a very serious thing, and I hope that never happens. But it's certainly there's something going on. It's crazy. What's happening is crazy, and you wonder whether or not all of the things that he's signing, whether or not he understands what he's signing, because this is worse than Bernie Sanders at its worst point. We never thought this could happen. Bernie Sanders on steroids wouldn't be signing what this guy is signing.
Own version of Twitter or Facebook. Could you expand on that?
Well, I don't want to make any premature announcements. Obviously, what he said yesterday, I'll let speak for itself. But look, I think the reality is there are 75 million Americans who feel like they don't have a voice out there. On all of these social media platforms, we are censored as conservatives, and we have seen it time and time again. People are tired of it. They want a place they can go, Brian, where they can speak freely. They can use their First Amendment rights. So I think what is in store will be very exciting. I'll let my father-in-law or someone from the team directly announce when the time comes for that. But I certainly am looking forward to something where we actually have freedom of speech, unlike what we have now on many of these social media platforms.
And we saw you
responding to someone on the street who was yelling at him as he got out of his car. It's not clear what that person exactly had to say to him, but Cuomo's message, well, that's pretty clear. I'm not going anywhere, bro.
Sign the bill the way that it is today, and then also, but it wouldn't solve the problem. And that's the real issue. As I looked at the bill and examined it and have been discussing with legal scholars for many months on how to protect women's sports, this bill would only allow the NCAA to bully South Dakota, and it would actually prevent women from being able to participate in collegiate sports. So what I've done is I've asked the legislature through a style and reform.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but just for our viewers, I'm so sorry.
The bill.
Wait, can you just back up for 1 sec? For our viewers who haven't followed this as closely, how would this bill prevent women from playing in South Dakota, if you would?
Because what it would do is it would put a law on the books that would allow the NCAA to take punitive action against our state. And we're a small state, Tucker. We've had to fight hard to get any tournaments to come to South Dakota. When they took punitive action against us, we would have to litigate. And legal scholars that I have been consulting with for many, many months say that I would very likely lose those litigation efforts. And I don't think that
so
families
you're saying,
in
so
South
hold on, just to be clear, it's not the bill. You're saying
that sue many times over and over again.
But wait. So you're saying the NCAA threatened you, and you don't think you can win that fight. They said if you sign this, we won't allow girls in South Dakota to play, and you don't think you can win in court, even though the public overwhelmingly supports you nationally, and so you're caving to the NCAA. I think that's what you're saying.
Dr. Fauci, how a boy from Brooklyn became America's doctor, will hit shelves this summer. Despite his heavy media schedule, Dr. Fauci found time to be interviewed repeatedly by the author of this book,